2013 will forever be remembered as the long summer of no pony. This didn't stop people from making lots of great music, but I used a new system this year to keep track of things that I thought, might be good enough to end up on this top 20 list, and there was a definite dip around July or so. Regardless, the beginning of the year, the end of the year, full of great stuff. 2013 was a year of surprises. It was a good year for new musicians, fantastic year for certain genres of music. And I am here once again bringing you my top 20 of 20 songs that I think are the best from 2013. You can see a lot of old names and a couple of new ones. So without any further ado, let's get started. Phillies and gentlemen Colts, my name is Take Walker and I love music! This year I've only got one honorable mention, and it is The Fight Inside by Prince Whatever. This is the first surprise of 2013. If any of you have listened to my videos before, or by any chance heard some of the I Love Music podcasts, you'll know that above all else, I really don't like screamed vocals. I don't like black metal, I don't like death metal, I don't like screamo, I don't like post-hardcore, but I've listened to enough of all those genres that I'm starting to get used to it. So now we have this song, which not only has some fairly powerful, harsh vocals from Prince Whatever, but actually made it into my top 50 as I was working on this top list. The vocals actually work really well for a regretful Nightmare Moon / Luna song, and the mixture of harsh vocals and clean, it really works. Prince Whatever is a great singer. Number 20, Pilot Light by The Combine featuring Feather. I have no idea who The Combine is, but the name has been attached to a number of really amazing songs this year. It's got a cool futuristic opening with an announcer, and then Feather, who is one of the year's best vocalists, comes in with a tense performance that conveys a sense of anticipation. The lyrics mix Wonderbolt training with maybe a little Spitfire Soarin' romance. Hear Wonderbolt and prove it. Number 19, A Friend for Life, JB remix. Most remixes of Equestria Girls songs this year were of Helping Twilight Win the Crown, and that was a good song and all. This one, I actually had to look it up to remember it was from Equestria Girls in the first place, and even then I still couldn't place it in the movie. It's the end credits. JB takes it and makes Rebecca Swashe's vocals soar, which is what he is fantastic at. This is one of the year's best show remixes, and a year that actually turned more towards originals than remixes. Number 18, Boogie Mirror by Hirosashi. Boogie Mirror is one of the catchiest club anthems of the year. The title's got a bit of a double meaning, and it's wonderful. The lyrics are slightly goofy at times. I mean, she's like a choo-choo train, really? But over the dark driving synth, everything just kinda comes together real well. Hirosashi's vocals never let up. They turn a long chorus into something that gets stuck in your head. The only thing it needs is more, because it's only got one verse. What's up with that? This needs another verse.
The Boogie Mirror out, she's a bad dream, that's what she's all about. We will fight so we don't have to scream and shout. If we're caught, there's a bad dream and so no doubt. But the clock strikes 12 and the curtains close. Soon our eyelids lower and we start to doze.
Number 17, Army of the Night by Michael Palanti. This song should not be confused with The Night Armies, which is by the same musician. That one you can find on YouTube. This one was a Bandcamp exclusive. It's about armies taking up Nightmare Moon's banner to fight for the night. It's rocking, fantastic guitar work with a catchy chorus that will not quit. Some of Michael Palanti's best stuff, and a rousing anthem that's sure to make you want to fight for the moon. Number 16, JB with Giga Maria, Rain, Pony Firestone remix. This is reminiscent of early trance from the late 90s like BT and Paul Van Dyke. Giga Maria gives a somber performance that reminds me of Kirsty Hawkshaw or Dido from about the same time period. Her vocals bring out the hopelessness of the mare in the lyrics. It's been retransified and energized by Pony Firestone without losing any of the heavy emotion from the original, making this a pretty fantastic remix. Number 15, DB Pony featuring Prince Whatever and Isla Monty, Wonderbolt. DB Pony gives us a perfectly rousing punk rock setup for a song about pursuing your dreams. It's something of an answer to Pilot Light if you think about it, albeit based around Lightning Dust and Rainbow Dash. Prince Whatever is amazing as usual, killing the long notes, especially the final one. And another big surprise, one of my favorite parts of this song is actually Isla Monty as the brash and bossy Spitfire recreating a scene from Wonderbolt Academy. She makes a great drill sergeant. Yes, ma'am. Number 14, Electrocaplosion, Derpys Dream, Aviators Remix. If there's one thing I don't like, it's Dr. Derpy shipping, and I say this as someone who reads a lot of fanfic. It comes out of a lot of my thoughts about Doctor Who in general, so I'm not going to get into that right now. But it just goes to show how good this song is, because I don't really care what it's about. It's that good. If Derpy's fallen for the Doctor's alien charisma, this song captures her feelings 100%. It seems to be what Doctor companions do these days after all. What strikes me most is the idea that he's perfect to her. That's repeated over and over again, and it gives you a sense not only of her feelings for him, but her feelings about herself. That sentiment really has a lot of meaning coming from Derpy. The bit about courage just really makes me want to root for her. Meanwhile, the squeaky vocals help sell this as Derpy, and soar no less for that tone change. Aviators injects a lot of snazzy oomph into the original song and gives us a killer club track. Number 13, Starship Ponyville by Musicians of Ponyville. One thing I was missing in last year's top 20 was instrumentals. This year, I'm pleased to say I've got more than one. Starship Ponyville is one of the year's most notable songs. It comes from Violet Pony, aka Musicians of Ponyville, a name he's not using anymore, and shows off a lot of versatility. This song has actual movements. It cycles from ambient spacey stuff to a lift-off scenario to mellow trance and to some kind of rollicking dark trance step. The cycling gives you a lot to latch on to. This is really a remarkable song and never really heard anything quite like it. Number 12. Laughter Song, Giggle at the Ghostly, Flamenco Arrangement by Music by Octavia. Speaking of instrumentals, here's a reworking of the show's first song in a flamenco style that I love because Spanish guitar. The song is actually incredibly brilliant, not just capturing an authentic flamenco sound, but cleverly translating the spoken parts of the song into brief solos. It's the shortest song I've ever featured, you'll probably be listening to the entire thing, and I wish it were longer because seriously, you guys, Spanish guitar! Number 11, Alone by Hirosashi. You know, I met Hirosashi at Candlelight Gardens, and that was a really cool time. He's a great guy, and I'm very pleased to be featuring two of his songs on my top 20 this year. Rarity doesn't get a lot of sad songs, but Hirosashi does a good job of bringing out her internal conflicts in a piece that's a good bit more subdued than Boogie Mirror, but no less exciting. The centerpiece, again, is the vocals. The high notes at the end make for a really emotional denouement. Does Rarity cry when she's alone? I don't know, but I can believe it after hearing Alone. Hopefully, she's better now.
I used to cry when I was alone, and I can't stop it, and you won't stop it. I wish that my friends could have known that I used to cry 'cause I
Number 10, Forever Free Brony featuring Chi-Chi, Chant of Immortality. Forever Free Brony is one of this year's best new artists, if not possibly the best new artist this year. He was amazing right out of the bag, although this is not his first song. It is, however, another surprise. It was released towards the end of the year and really grew on me over a short period of time. It's a melancholy but powerful piece based around immortality and alicornhood and centering on Twilight. The word choices in the lyrics are very deliberate and engender a feeling of timelessness. The line, "Numerous regrets, the art of passing time," really drives home just what living forever must be like. Minimal instrumentation and a Gregorian-style chant blend together in this very thick sound that lets the emotions really come through. And then Chi-Chi comes in like a bright spot against Forever Free's dark, roiling choral ocean, and yet her voice blends in perfectly for the final chorus. It's really something.
Not one forgets spent nights of chasing days, eternal rest to witness being erased, to witness being erased.
Number 9, Phony Brony featuring Giga Maria, Beyond the Stars JB remix. This is a song of longing and loneliness. The original is very somber and enclosed. What JB does is he opens it up, pumping up the emotion, putting an unforgettable echo on all the way through that is just brilliant, and turning the song into yet another piece of amazing, epic trance. It's sort of what he does, really.
See me in my prison cell that I built myself. I called your name, waiting for your warmth tonight, for your blissful sight, but I couldn't see past the clouds. There were no more stars, only broken hearts.
Number 8, Strobe featuring Forest Rain and Feather, This Distance Silverhound remix. Strobe, now known as Avenir, has created a rather amazing duet between the incomparable Feather and Forest Rain. Forest Rain really doesn't get enough credit for being so versatile. Along with his instrumental and rock pieces, and things like Raise the Sun from the year before, here he's doing dance vocals, and he also reads fanfic. The song itself is a mellow ballad that revels in the love of its couple. Silverhound takes that, smooths it out, and then chips it up for the after chorus, throwing the danceability through the roof.
Technicolor dreams, silent screams, all vanquished with all I've made. Share my life in a second grade statement, I'll listen to what you say. Your skies are blue in the honor of all the sights I've seen.
Number 7, again by Simgratina and Ilamonti. 2013 was a good year for love songs. It was also a good year for artists trying new things, hence this sprightly acoustic tune from none other than Simgratina. It's the story of an earth pony mare pining after a Pegasus stallion. Ilamonti does a complete 180 from her performance in Wonderbolt with vocals that are light, happy, and yearning. I wish she was singing to me. After a long, hard day filled with dark, depressing things, this is the perfect way to fill your heart with joy and let those lost wings spread and fly.
One in my life that makes me feel happy. Everything you do, everything you say, all just takes my breath out astray. I can't wait till tomorrow to see you again.
Number 6, When Holmes Lost by Joe Loaf. So of course we're gonna go right into another sad song, and of course it's about Scootaloo. This time it's about her being an orphan. My standards for stories and song lyrics are very different. Through subdued piano and vocals that sound like he's been crying for a while, Jove tells the story of a homeless girl yearning for something more. Then he hammers on the emotional button with the line, "Why am I still alive?" The final note hangs in the air for a few seconds before the coda to let it really sink in just how bad she's got it. This song, from what I know, has become something of an inside joke around musicians in this fandom for reasons that I don't understand, but I don't care. This is powerful, and it should greatly be celebrated for such.
I even go on. I don't see a point in this. My home has never come, and I don't think it ever will. Why am I still alive?
Number 5, Land of Equestria by Evening Star. This is a phenomenal orchestral anthem for Equestria, right up there with Raise the Sun in terms of sheer epic scope. It's got a strong folk influence reminiscent of Ashokan Farewell. It fills me with nationalistic pride for a place that I am not from and that doesn't even exist. I'll let the simple but powerful lyrics speak for themselves.
treading hooves. We will unite as one mind, as one soul, the name of Equestria.
Number 4, Lazy Applejack by Dr. Dicer featuring Arc of Albatross. This was another big surprise, a straight-up hit from a pair of artists I'd never heard of. Arc of Albatross, by the way, is now known as Buffalo Brony. It's a light acoustic guitar track underneath some of the most masterful rapid-fire rapping I have ever heard in this fandom, and juxtaposed with Dr. Dicer's smooth chorus, it really brings out the lazy in an otherwise energetic song. It tells the story of Applejack before her sister was born and before she learned the value of hard work. But really, it's all about that high-speed lyrical virtuosity. Go check out the lyrics and just marvel at those rhymes.
And putting pressure will never ever be the way that I do. It may be wrong for you, but Applejack can handle that. Lazy like an albatross, but dependable. After acting whack and stacking work on others, asking brother for a hat. In the end, I'll come a running, but other than that, I'm singing.
Number 3, Faster Than You Know by Black Griffin and Basic. The Brothers Unstoppable are back again, teasing us with the first of 2 amazing songs from what promises to be a really fantastic album. The other song, Crusader, ended up taking the top spot of the community-chosen top songs list, which I am all for, but I like this one just a little bit better. It all comes down to that whoa-oh-oh in the chorus. I can see a stadium full of teenagers waving their cell phones to a performance of this song. Anything that can be said about either of these amazing artists probably already has been said, but I'm glad to see them back and working together to blow our minds. Number 2, Birdsong by Forever Free Brony. This was Forever Free Brony's first song, and when I heard it, it instantly blew me away. This was a great year for new artists doing that. There were so many times when I would listen to a song, check out the YouTube channel, and find out it was the only one there. And that is just remarkable. That is unspeakably amazing for so many talented artists in this fandom to produce so much good music right off the bat. But honestly, no one can top Everfree in terms of sheer talent. He balled all that talent up and slid it through in this airy, poppy love song to Fluttershy. The central idea that he can't describe how amazing she is, so he's just singing like a bird, is adorable. It's totally something I can understand. As a side note, there's a second version of this song featuring Relative 1 Pitch on violin, and while it does add a lot, I have to give credit to Forever Free for knocking it out of the park with the original version.
Everybody said you don't stand up. Well, now I know that they were wrong. None of your animals could tell you, but you can hear it in birdsong.
But all good things must come to an end, and not even a song as awesome as that could knock my number 1 pick off its pedestal. This song came out last January, making it just about a year old as I record this. It was so amazing at the time that not only did I listen to it constantly for a solid month, I said to myself, well, I know what my number 1 for the year is. I didn't want that to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, really, and I agonized for a long time over whether this song or Birdsong was the better. In the end, it comes down to this. This is an example of how good this artist is at making dance music. In the 8 years or so I've been following this artist's work, this is the first time he's ever sung, and he sounds great. It's another song about Scootaloo, but it's uplifting instead of sad, even though it deals with the fact that she can't fly. She's hopeful for the future and just waiting for her wings to grow in so she can be amazing, just like Rainbow Dash. This song is purely awesome. It makes me feel so good when I listen to it, and that's why, Fillies and Gentle Colts, I am proud to name my number 1 Brony song for 2013, Small Wings by Simgratina.
What you do when you fly away from me. I know my wings may small, but I know I can be just like you. Fly away. Maybe I'm gonna make it, but maybe I'm gonna be brave. But maybe I'm gonna win it, but maybe I'll be flying with you. But maybe I'm gonna make it, but maybe I'm gonna be brave. But maybe I'm gonna win it, but maybe I'll be flying with you.
And then Chi-Chi comes in like a bright spot against Forever Free's dark whirling coral sea. That's not exactly what I mean. Small Wings by Simgratina. I'm getting choked up again. I gotta stop doing that.